It's beer o'clock on Real Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Wild Beer Company, and it's a bottle of the Ninkasi Premier Cru. It's an Ninkasi, which is their really nice sour ale. It was from about a year ago. This Somerset cider. It's been aged in brandy barrels and it's been given lots of time. Here's a look at the label. It's 10% ABV. I reckon this is going to be absolutely fantastic. You can see the yeast in the bottom of the bottle there. You can just see it there. Looks wonderful. There's the bottle cap. Let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. Look at the smoke on the opening. Lots of smoke because it's coming out the top. That disturbed a lot of the... I want to show you, look at the yeast. It's disturbed a lot of the yeast in the bottle. So I'm not going to be able to do anything about the yeast keeping it out of the glass initially, but that's fine. It's a bottle conditioned beer. I mean, these things happen. It's full of vitamin D, I don't mind. Beer in the glass, look at that. I really want this to focus because you can just see the yeast suspended in the glass there. Get a little bit more. So 10% ABV, golden coloured ale, lots and lots of yeast in this one. Huge amount of yeast, 2-finger white head. It looks a little bit like soup. Look at that. Let's get the aroma. Cheers. Yeah, it's definitely Ninkasi, but then again, it's definitely cider at the same time. You get that brandy. And you get that 10% ABV. You got a little bit of a kick of alcohol on this one. Again, I've aged this for about a year to really give it... let the beer mature and evolve some of them flavours. But it's basically Ninkasi with a bit of cider and a bit of brandy. You get that brandy, a little bit of oak in there. Let's dive in. Cheers. Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow, what a concoction that is. You're getting everything. You're getting that. In the aroma, I thought the cider might dominate the flavour profile here in the beer, but it doesn't. You still get the Ninkasi, that kind of slightly sour tasting beer. You pick up the cider when I like to breathe in as I taste the beer, to get that full experience from the beer. So you get a little bit of that cider when you're breathing in, but when you taste it, it's more beer. You get that brandy as well. You get that oaky feeling. But I tell you what I really like about this beer is the warming sensation when the beer hits the pit of your stomach. It's a full-on experience. It really is. It's a special beer. It's one of them beers that you break open on an anniversary or on a birthday or getting a new job or something like that, or leaving a job that you didn't like. That's quite important, isn't it? It's one of them beers that you would crack open in that circumstance. It's incredibly drinkable for 10% ABV. It's got a little bit of sourness going on. That cider gives it a fruity aspect. Yeah, it's a damn good beer. It's a really good beer. I like that. I think the Ninkasi, the original Ninkasi was brewed with champagne yeast, and it really it gives it some welly when you kind of opened that cork, and there's lots of carbonation in the beer. I like it. I'm not overly keen on the look of the beer. I think there's a little bit too much yeast in the glass, but hey, that's fine. But I'm going to give it a rating. The Wild Beer Company Ninkasi Premier Cru, Ninkasi plus Somerset cider, brandy barrels and thyme. What a drink wildly different. And that is one of the most unusual beers I have ever drank on the channel. And it'll probably be one of the most unusual beers that I ever taste in my life. Do I like it? Yes. Do I love it? I don't think I love it. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's a 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews and cheers.